that I know, I figured I'd just talk to you guys about it, right? That's what this is all about. Okay, you know what, if I'm gonna tell the story, I probably should start at the beginning. I'm pretty sure that a member of my family might have a gambling problem, and I don't know what to do about it. The member of my family actually is my nephew Jacob. He's 12 years old, and I found this out at Dave & Buster's, Times Square. But I promise you it's no less legitimate, truly. I mean, have you guys been to Dave & Buster's?
Yes.
Right? It's basically, honestly, it's a casino for children. Right? I mean, they have one door, they have no windows, they have no clocks, and everybody liquored on up. You can't pay with your money. You have to get house money at Dave & Buster's, right? They give you the Dave & Buster's card, which, by the way, has very good APR financing. It's very good. And so this is my nephew's birthday, right? It's gonna be his 12th birthday, right? And I'm excited. I'm thinking it's gonna be Uncle Jared Jacob Day, right? We're gonna shoot some hoops, play some skee ball, right? He had a very different idea in mind going in here, right? Like, he went into Dave & Buster's with a specific ticket number in mind. Like, he owed a child booking money. Really, honestly, like, he owed it like it was a specific number in a way that you're like, all right, do you have treehouse payments that you have like a back mortgage on that you haven't paid off here? He came in like very on point. And so I'm like, all right, you know what? I get it. We're gonna obviously go with your day. It's your birthday. So I give him the card, right? First time he swipes, 500 tickets. Right? I mean, it's just coming out like crazy, right? Like, coming out of nowhere, and he's just excited. Just to see the joy in his eyes and his face is amazing. They're coming out left and right. He's sticking half those tickets in his pockets. He's wrapping them around his shoulder like it's a boa. You know what I mean? Like he's Liberace and it's Vegas. Like he's Ric Flair, just like doing the dance. Like, woo! You know? And I'm like, oh my God, this is wonderful. He goes to the next one, swipes, 350 tickets. Goes to the third, swipes, 700 tickets. And this is when I realize, you guys, he looks at me, I look at him. This kid's on a heater. Really, it's a child heater, but it is a heater nonetheless, right? And so do you guys know about what a heater is? Yes? Okay, so heater in gambling, which is probably a good thing you don't know this. A heater in gambling is actually when you are so strong as a gambler, it seems like you can't lose, right? And to a point where it's such an amazing feat, because the truth is, gambling in all those casinos, you're against the house, right? So when somebody's so good, it's like they're pitching a perfect game, everyone in the casino slowly but surely leaves all their games to come on over to see you, right? It's like a movie moment, which is basically what I was living out with this kid, right? He's going around like, he hits this machine, wins. This machine wins. This machine, he was basically like a child Bon Jovi. Like, he saw Million Arcade games, he rocked them all. It was amazing. He gets to one, he swipes 900 tickets. Right? And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is Rain Man. I'm living out Rain Man right now. He looks up at me and goes, oh yeah, definitely Rain Man, Uncle Jared. And I was like, I'm sorry, did you just do a Rain Man impression? And he's like, yeah, he looks up at me incredulously and goes, I've got Netflix, Uncle Jared. Right? I'm sorry what you just passed by all the cartoons and all the children's section. You went straight for the critically acclaimed dramas, right? That's what was going on here. And so finally, unfortunately, it comes down to his last swipe on that card, right? And we're trying to make sure we can maximize. Basically, so for me, apparently I went from wanting to stop him from being a gambling addict to trying to figure out how it could be his best bookie. Like, yeah, this one over here gives you the best tickets, right? You can get some over here. He's like, no. I want that one. I think he's pointing over at the claw machine, right? Now, we just went from Rain Man to Parenthood, right? And here's the thing, I'm not one, okay? So I was thinking, what do I say? I love him so much, but you know what? What can I really do? I just said, all right, you see that machine right there? That was the bane of my childhood arcade existence. I lost more money to that than bullies, right? I want you to do well, but in a way that you're gonna understand, you're pitching a perfect game right now, right? that is the best hitter in the league. I know you can do it, but do you want to? And he goes, I don't know, Uncle Jared. I'm not pointing at that one. I was like, oh my God, thank God. Thank God. And he goes, no, I'm pointing at that one. I look behind. It's an even bigger claw game. The largest claw game I have ever seen, right? Just to give you an understanding of how large that was, the items within the claw were actually larger than the children who were going to win them. Do you understand how large it was? The claw was so big it looked like a Transformer's hand just got cut off and left there because you couldn't get that shit out. It was so big, you know what I mean? And it was also just like hanging there, like it had arthritis, like it hadn't picked up. Yeah, like it hadn't picked up a toy since the 90s. I was like, oh Jesus, like I want him to win. I want him to win so badly. And he's like, no, don't worry, I got this. He walks up. He starts stretching. He's looking at them. He's just like mouthing to the machine. He's like, and I was like, all right, well, let's just see this thing. Right? He just pops up. He swipes, grabs the control, moves it up, moves it forward, and then he pushes the button. Claw comes down. And I'm looking, it just looks like nothing. It looks like nothing possibly could get it. Then I see a sweet alien with an awesome afro. That's what he was going for. This claw comes down, grabs this, pulls it on up, pulls it over, pulls it back, drops. He looks at me, he looks at it, and he goes, yeah, that's right, I own you, He's talking shit to the machine, you know what I mean? It's like, in a way, it's like the Jacobian subtext is like, hey, like, remember this face? I'm John Connor in Terminator. You remember this face. I'm Ender Wiggin in Ender's Game. That's right. I'm 11 years old and I've had a bar mitzvah date for the last 3 years. Don't sing it, bring it.
So yeah, I'm a single mom. I've been single pretty much since I got pregnant. And, it's okay, it's fine. But I mean, I say it like that, but the truth is, like, when I really think about it, when I self-reflect, I have no one to blame but my kid for it. It's all her fault. Exactly, it's true. I mean, not entirely, that's not fair. You know, I'm not really good with the emotional stuff. It's a little hard, I'm not really good at expressing, and I tend to be attracted to guys that are also the same, like they're emotionally detached. Like, if I could just give a man's heart a blowjay, I would probably be married by now. That's what I'm saying. It's a weird thought, but... Okay, let me go for, I'm going to keep going with it. So, these are just thoughts I had today. The words I love you are frightening, right? I don't like to say it. So, like, if I could say, I want to deep throat your heart. Do you?
Yes.
I probably will not say those again. I don't know how else to work that to make it funnier. That's it. I think it's fun. It's fun thoughts. Sometimes jokes are for me. There's plenty more of those to go. Hold on to your seats. I got lots of new stuff tonight. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So single. I am actually going for my lesbian phase. So, a little later in life, most people go through that in college, but I didn't have a kid in college, so what are you gonna do? But anyway, so it's kind of, like, if you think about it, I think it's easier, partly why I want to do it is because, like, women to me, you know, they feel safer. I'm a mother, and I feel like they are easier to sneak in at night when my kid's asleep. Lighter on their feet, you know, soft on their voice. Plus, like, if my kid walks in on me and another woman, I can just be like, oh my god, honey, we're just hugging. It's like almost true. That's what I thought. It's not, like, I thought, like, being a lesbian, I was like, a lot of talking. So crying, hugging, and a little bit of Adele. I don't know, that was just how I imagined it. So like in my experiences, it's not really like that. There's a lot more stuff going on. And I realized after, you know, having some lesbian experiences, it's nice, but I'm more of the type of lesbian that likes to talk and hug and cry and listen to Adele. That's just what I've learned. That's the kind of lesbian I am. Like, that's my kind of lesbian.
You know, hey, maybe I don't like what I'm seeing. You know? Maybe I'm unhappy. You're like, hey, some of you guys got uncool winter sweaters, you know? How much more time do I have to do? I am the beast from the east, and I have some jokes. This might look like I'm unprepared with this, but it's actually it's the exact opposite. I've been doing stand-up so long that I don't care anymore. Not just this show, all the shows that I do. I don't even pretend like I'm not reading. I just read right off the pad. So that's what's gonna happen next. Other than New York, of course, don't we all? I don't know what you guys are doing. So walking on the street recently, I passed this lady. She goes, "Oh God, I need a massage." At the same time, this other guy walks by. He goes, "I'll give you one." With my dick. That guy was me. Huh? Boom. Joke one, baby. You guys are an improv troupe? Did you already perform?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was outside eating sushi. I apologize. I was so hungry. I didn't mean to miss you guys' act. Improvisers are so much nicer than stand-ups. We're all just... All you guys are sitting up front. Every single stand-up is sitting in all the available back chairs. It's a different kind of person. I'm sorry I missed you guys. But come on, man. There's a fucking rainbow roll and fucking a whole bunch of shit. That was an improv troupe as well. They left. You know, well, they're a worse team than you guys, so that's, you know, I like to dig a hole and then okay. There's you guys are great, man, very nice people. There's a saying about New York City. They say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I'm like, yeah, but what if you can't make it here? Will you do okay in Cleveland? I'm tired of this town. I've been here 10 years. This place is a shithole. You should open with that, no? Okay. I'm tired of walking through blood in the subway. And then convincing myself it's paint. I'm just doing work here, I think.
My son is 24 years old. No, you're all probably around his age, am I right? Pretty much, yes? Do any of you have children? Do any of you fuck? So some of them might have been left on the floor, is all I'm saying. I'll just tell you this, when you become a parent, one of the things they always say to you is you will love your child. You have to love them no matter what they become. Do you understand? They grow up, whatever they become. And, okay, so I'm just going to admit this. My son is a hipster. No, really, he's a big hipster. Like skinny jean, fucking bearded, fucking flannel shirt. Hipster. I'd rather him been a hoarder. And any of you live with your parents? I'm just curious. Does anyone still live with their parents? This is the greatest group of children ever. No, seriously, because my son has moved back 3 times. 3 times! I mean, seriously, 3 fucking times. The first time he moved out, he moved to Queens. He was 20 years old. He moved back 2 years later. I said, why did you move back? And because he missed me. So not only did I raise a hipster, I raised a pussy. Should have just had Morrissey beat the shit out of him. But one of the reasons after he said he missed me, he said it was because he was worried, because he was 20 at the time, he was dating a lot, he was worried that if he brought home a girl, that I'd walk in on him, which is a horrible thing for a mother to do. And I said, I would never do that. And then, of course, he moved home, and I had to do it because he challenged me. And I'll never forget it. So he brings home a girl. It was, I don't know, it was late at night. She was living in Brooklyn because that's where they all fucking come from. And all the girls come from Brooklyn and they're vegans. Okay, so anyway. So I said, stay here. You can go home tomorrow. I'll make you breakfast. And I left him alone for about an hour. And then I just burst into his room after that and went, "You're doing it all wrong! Lift her up! Lift her up!" And then he moved to Los Angeles.
And it's illegal to be on a roof in this city if it's not zoned for people. Well, I feel like I won you all over already. Let's start off with some jokes. I spent Valentine's Day alone, drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels. Even sadder, it was a bottle of Jack Daniels barbecue sauce. There's another holiday coming up soon, 420. For pot smokers, the person who would probably celebrate it. Miss. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of bad stuff has happened on 420. The Columbine shooting happened on 420. Adolf Hitler was born on 420. 9/11 happened on 420. I feel like it's a real divide. There's half the improv group left, and then half the improv group left. I honestly didn't mean for that to happen the way I said that. Yeah, I'm really yes-anding right now. I am wearing a UCB hoodie right now. Great. I feel like I'm never going to be a cool enough comedian to touch a wall while talking on stage. Like some of the other comics, like Jay, you could touch a wall. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you seem like you're real chill, relaxed, can hang out. Touch a wall. I've been reading this horror novel and I've had a bit of a difficult time finishing it because I keep covering my eyes during the scary part. I was playing poker a couple of nights ago and I finally did it. I built up enough courage to say, "Read it and weep." And then I showed everyone sitting at the table that I was holding a copy of Nicholas Sparks's The Notebook.
Yeah!
I don't think I look that cool. But it feels pretty good. I'd like to take this time out of my set right now to plug my mom's Twitter account. You guys use that? You all do. Her handle is @GoulashYum. If you're not yet sold on following her, here's an example of one of her tweets. Today marks the 7-year anniversary of my father passing away. #DeadDad. Growing up, I used to get picked on a lot. My mom would always say to me, "Brandon, keep your chin up, because when it's down, you look fat." #DeadDad.
I don't know, I have a problem with a lot of younger feminists. I feel like we're only going half of the distance now. You know what I mean? They're like, "We're out here, we're sucking dick, we're proud." I'm like, "Yeah, now let's get out there and read a book." And they're like, "No." I'm like, really? That's what this rally is for? We're just sucking dick, not equal pay or women in science? Like, I don't know if it's it's the Asian in me, but I can't be proud of myself for sucking a dick unless I'm playing a violin at the same time. I don't know, it's weird that I do stand-up because my parents are so fucking old school. Like when I started doing comedy when I was 17, and these were the first words out of my mom's mouth. She goes, "Oh my god, so we're going to be at bars with men at night, like some kind of prostitute?" I was like, "Ma, you know prostitutes do not go to bars, right? Bars where girls go away sex for Coors Light and compliments. You're not gonna find a hooker at a bar for the same reason you don't find a boutique store next to a Walmart. They can't compete with the low prices." So like my mother's mission in life has been to make me afraid of dick since like the day I was born. It's fucking terrible. Like she's really trying to drill it into my head. Like literally every other word out of her mouth to me when I was younger, and I think this is like an Indian thing, was about me not getting raped.
Yeah!
Bro, that was my bedtime story. Do you understand? So like this little piggy went to market and got raped because she went with no man by herself. This little piggy stayed home, also raped because your uncle is a pervert. That's the piggy's rape, never sleep. What's wrong with this one? She was fucking terrible. Like I didn't get a sex talk. Like definitely not a rape talk. Like, this was a version of a sex talk I got, right? When I was 17, not 17, junior year in high school. She walked down the staircase and she went, "You know sex?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "It's not good." I was like, "Yeah, thank you for the Roger and Ebert review of Sex, Mom." 2 thumbs down. The plotline is redundant and the ending is never a surprise.
I hate February. Fucking hate it. Look at me. I'm white. I'm also single. Do you understand what that means? 28 days of guilt and lonely. That's February for me, y'all. Thank God we got over Valentine's. I wasn't even here. Fuck that. I realized, like, I went out of state, and I'm from Colorado. Yay, pot. I know. It's like, mountains, pot. Mountains are pot. I get it. It was great. For some reason, like, people don't, I don't know. I'm sure they celebrate there, but I guess, like, you don't walk into CVS every 5 minutes and it looks like Pepto-Bismol got thrown all over the place. But I hate Valentine's Day. Always have, even when I was married, but now I'm divorced, so maybe that's why. But here's the thing, like, between Valentine's and Black History, right? It's just, yeah, okay. But I hate Valentine's Day because I think it's unrealistic. Like, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure, right? It's the jewelry ads, right? Every kiss begins with a kiss. No, it fucking begins with a shot of Jameson's. Like, can we get real? Or a pitcher of beer, whatever you want. My least favorite. Do you guys remember the Pandora bracelet one? I don't know if you guys remember this commercial. It was basically 2 bitches, complete strangers. And one of them was like telling the other one about all her charms on her bracelet, which if that happened on a New York subway, you would kill her, right? Like you'd be like, "Oh, slasher over here." No, I hate, because it's not a realistic commercial. The woman's like, the ballet slippers. I used to dance. Oh, the soccer ball. I'm a soccer mom now. Oh, the red one? That's the Red Hot Love Beat. Shut the fuck up! I'm like, oh, the ballet slippers? Yeah, Susan, we know. You got knocked up in high school. Those are your unrealized dreams, bitch.
Martin and our honeymoon, which was fun, and we have a dog at home, and we needed to have our dog walker as the dog sitter. All right? We fired a dog walker based on this, okay? And let's just say his name is Anthony, because his name is Anthony. If you're going to Anthony dog walker, don't fucking hire him, okay? So this happened. I said, Anthony, we were gone for like 8 days, and I said, text me in case of emergency. And day 3, I get a text message, and it said, hey man, sorry to bother you on the honeymoon, but Layla, which is our dog, I think she had her period on the sheets. But right then and there, I look at my wife, and I show her the text, and our dog is spayed. So we both know that's impossible. And I'm like, this guy is fucking lying to me right off the bat when he said there's an emergency. So I just wrote back, impossible, she's spayed. And then like, you know, the ... on Facebook, the ... like I'm thinking what to write right now. And he wrote back, oh my bad, she cut her paw and she bled all over the sheets. So then I sent them all the vet information, and I'm like, yo, take her to the vet, send me the bill, let me know what happens, keep me updated, ... Oh, my bad, it wasn't her paw. I had a scab on my leg, and I scratched it and bled on the sheets. And I'm like, this guy's the worst fucking liar ever. He started off on one lie and just avalanched into more lies. And I'm like, lose my mind, and I'm like, I want to go home now. And then I took a couple of Xanax, and I was fine. You know, and then I lasted the rest of the week in St. Martin. When we got home, I ran up to the apartment, and I go to check out the sheets. I don't know who scratched his leg. It must have been Freddy Krueger, because there was a pool of blood on my bed. And then we go to change the sheets, and on my wife's night table is an empty Magnum condom wrapper. Magnum. Yeah. Magnum. So I took a picture of it, and I sent it to Anthony, and I wrote, hey, big guy, we gotta talk. That's all I wrote to him. And he didn't call me back. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking fuck with this guy hardcore right now. And the next day I call him, I was like, hey, Anthony, thanks for calling me back, but I know you were lying to me about my dog's period. I know you were lying to me about the cut on her paw. I know you were lying about the cut on your leg too. I saw the blood, I saw the condom. I know the truth that you've been fucking my dog for the past week.